Dream a little dream of me.
Welcome, kindreds. It's Jessica TheStoryWitch. I did actually record this whole thing once before and then realised that it hadn't recorded the voiceover, so this is take 2. So I hope I can remember some of the things that I wanted to share. I know one of those things was the choice of poem that I included, which is out of the Earth Pathways, I think the 2018 Earth Pathways. It's by Kelly Tomlin and it's called Balance. I am standing at the doorway between light and dark, the time when death becomes a visible, tangible and necessary part of life. The land is dressed in decaying leaves, fading berries, fields of stubble and orchards of fallen fruits. Is it any wonder I feel close to both life and death in this moment? I rejoice in all we have, the endless beauty and the blessed abundance. I celebrate our achievements and our privilege, and I pray for enough again and always. But I will also remember those creatures and places that are suffering from lack, for whom abundance, be it in food, in beauty, or in biodiversity, is a fading thing, and who may be edging closer to the darkness than any of us would like to be. And I know that the shadow of such things can draw over any of us at any moment without warning. So yes, I'm thankful and joyful at harvest time. At the same time, I embrace the uncertainty of the darkness and let it drive me towards acts of compassion and generosity of spirit. Then, whenever the darkness does come to call, I know I will be able to meet it with a torch of love beside me to light the way ahead. I thought that was really beautiful and poignant, for all kind of harvest turning to autumn times, but probably especially more so this year, which has seemed very, a year that is so close to life and death through all of the seasons. So yeah, here we are. We're in September almost. It's actually the very last day of August as I'm filming this. I normally record my bullet journal setups and set up like a kind of week or so in advance, sometimes a little bit less than that. So I feel a little kind of behind the times. But I'm glad to have got this done, even though this is not my favourite setup that I've ever done. It felt kind of a little bit rushed. I got up early this morning. I'm still wearing my pyjamas and I went outside and you could feel the kind of crispness and the bite of the air. It feels autumnal here, even though it is beautiful and sunny now. It is definitely colder in the mornings here in Wales, and it feels like autumn. It smells like autumn. In the word for September in Welsh, which you can see in my journal this month, is Medi. It's Mish Medi, and that actually means harvest. And so the word for September in Welsh is literally harvest. And it is that month where the berries are ripe, where the apples are ripe, and the pears. We've had plums, lots and lots of beautiful fruits ready to be gathered. And so I kind of went with a bramble blackberry theme this month. I just kind of found some pictures off Google Images, and I did a little bit of doodling. I chose colours that kind of toned in with that kind of juicy ripeness, sweetness of the blackberries. And there's such a perfect fruit for this time of year, with the sweetness, but then with the thorn. It is that threshold time here, and we've already gathered some blackberries, though not loads, because we are having work done here at the moment, and so I do not have a kitchen right now, which is challenging, as I do like to I like to prepare food. I like to spend time in the kitchen. So our kitchen is ripped out and work needs to be done to the kind of structure of the room before the new kitchen can be fitted. So it's going to be a few weeks. I hope not more than 6 before that is ready. But we're lucky that we've got like a little annex which I use for the red tent, which has got a tiny little kitchen in it, and I've been using that. And it also has a little freezer, tiny little freezer. So we did gather just a few blackberries to kind of make smoothies and stuff. Normally it would be a crumble, but as I don't have an oven right now, that is not an option. And if you do live somewhere in the world where blackberries are a thing and they're ripening now, they're ripe now, then now is definitely the time to pick them. If you pay attention to the folklore, then you shouldn't pick blackberries after Michaelmas, because at that point that's when the devil gets in them. Either in some stories say the devil spits on them, and some say he has his semen, he ejaculates on them, and you wouldn't want them after that time. So Michaelmas now, I believe, is the 29th of September in our modern calendar, but in the old calendar it was around the 10th or 11th, I want to say, of September. I should have checked this before I started talking about it. So I tend not to pick blackberries definitely not after the 11th of September. That would be my cut-off point. I don't want any of that devil juice in our blackberries. So yeah, why was I talking about that? Oh, because because that is my kind of theme for this month. And I've kept it really simple. Like I said, it feels a bit rushed, so I haven't done as many spreads as I normally do. I just did my calendar, which is pretty much the same. I did a kind of title page, which is pretty much the same as I usually do. And I've got my kind of the astrology of the month, and also my to-do list, my might-do list, and my things that are kind of coming up for October. And that was it, really. I did do my dailies as well, which you'll see in a little bit, but I haven't yet had chance to do my reading for the month ahead. So I haven't drawn my cards, and I didn't kind of feel like doing it this morning, so I'm going to wait till not tomorrow, till Tuesday. Well, kind of tomorrow, because it's like in the middle of the night on Monday night for the full moon. And I think I'll combine my kind of monthly readings with a full moon reading, and I'll do that. Oh yeah, and I messed up because the pen that I chose, the kind of purple pen that I chose to do is kind of the way of it at the moment, that things are not quite working out as planned, and it bled through. And so usually I would have done a kind of collage here, and I probably would have done my readings and stuff, but I just wanted to get this done and ready and get my dailies in there. So I decided to just glue the pages together and cover up the mistake that way, because that was the easiest thing to do. And sometimes the path of least resistance feels the best. And so I decided I just set my dailies up here as I normally do. I've still been using the moons consistently since I started that, because I've been finding that it's just a really cool way of tracking it through the diary. So I only added some of the information here. I usually add like the lunar days and stuff like that, and I actually remembered to write my days in Welsh and Cymraeg instead of in English. So I'm going to continue that through. And yeah, like I said, this isn't my favourite setup ever, but it will do the job. I hope that you are looking forward to September, whether that's autumn or spring for you, and I wish you many, many blessings, and hopefully I will see you soon.